What's up guys, it's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. And guess what's back? It's the Legends. The Tavern of Legends has returned. I think we were waiting for it for over a couple of months now since its last appearance. But it has returned and it's brought with us a couple of new costumes. So we're going to go ahead and have a look at these heroes today. Now, I was expecting maybe bigger things from the Tavern of Legends because if you've watched my videos before, I do think that it is an extremely cool event. I think that it's nice to be able to test yourself and your roster and to try and find combinations of heroes where you've got 10 different teams and the events get harder and harder. But I think they've just made it too easy. I mean, maybe I'm talking from a different perspective, but to me the event just still feels like it needs something extra. But yeah, I do like the concept of this event, and they've pulled out all the stops. So we're going to have a look at these two new costumes that we've got today alongside Perseus. So let's go ahead and we'll start with Evelyn. So Evelyn has been an amazing hero ever since she was released. Of course, because of her defense down against nature, she's been highly sought after. Now, they have reworked these heroes quite a bit. So let's just start off. We're going to look at her and we're going to give her a bit of a breakdown today. So first of all, Evelyn is looking absolutely dope. Okay, she's a nature hero. She is of the rogue class in this costume, which is fantastic because, as we know, she gets the chance to dodge direct damage from offensive special skills. Now, she was a ranger, which gave her the chance to bypass. I definitely think there's an upgrade in terms of the talent class as well as the art. I mean, just look at her. She looks incredible. She is of the 2018 family, so the Legends 2018 family get a bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes. And that's 10%, 15%, or 20% defense. If you have 2 or more heroes, the element link affects all allies. So that is important to bear in mind. And you can definitely use that to your advantage if you're building defensive or attacking teams. But it's gonna work quite well with the new stat bonus, as we'll see next. So the costume bonus gives them a whopping 21% attack, defense bonus of 21%, and a health bonus of 38%. I mean, that's huge. And if you compare them to the new heroes, they're still lagging behind, even with that massive health bonus. The mana bonus, 5%, and that we can't go any higher, unfortunately, for some reason. Maybe we will in the future, but for now it's stuck at 5%. But those are some really good bonuses to bear in mind. Now, let's switch the max power preview off. So let's see what that actually means. So in terms of her base stats now, we're looking at just under 900 on the attack, 859 on the defense, and 1821 on the health. So really good stats, 935 on the team power. So they've managed to bring this hero up there with the new heroes. It's unfortunate that you have to buy or summon for a costume to be able to get your stats up there, but that is a rant for a whole nother video. So the alternative costume, the original version, we're looking at 879 now, 861 and 1869. But bear in mind, you won't be able to reach these stats with Evelyn if you don't manage to get the costume, and that's the problem. Now, her special skill. The old special was 210% damage to the target and nearby. The target and nearby got minus 54% defense against nature for 4 turns and dispels buffs from the target and nearby. So it's really just a case where she's giving negative defense against nature, which makes her a extremely good part of a fast attack team because she is running at fast speed. And it also makes her extremely useful against Titans as well. Now in the new costume, we have the war cry of the hunt this time, and she's dealing 200% damage to the target and nearby. So a slight decrease in the amount of damage, but also there's an increase in the attack stat. So that's really going to negate itself. The target and nearby enemies then get minus 56% defense against nature for 4 turns, and dispels buffs from the target and nearby enemies. So she's going to be giving a bigger percentage of defense down against nature, which is pretty cool. That's pretty useful. And then the dispel is still there for the target and nearby enemies. So she can be used really effectively as part of a nature attack team. I'd say that she is more of an attacking hero, Evelyn. But yeah, she's going to be much more usable. And I think the main reason she's going to be more usable is because of that massive stat boost, as I've been saying. So that is the biggest thing about Evelyn. So let's move on to the next hero. Righty then, so the next hero that we have in this portal is Musashi. And Musashi is just looking incredible. I mean, he has just stuck both of his hands through blocks of wood. And he's, I mean, man, honestly, like, this art on this card is insane. I dig it. It's much better than the original, but like, you can definitely see they've been having some fun with this hero. Now, believe it or not, Musashi is from the 2017 family. So they get a bonus, which is a really good one. So they get +5, +10, or +15% mana generation. And again, the bonus for 2+ heroes, the element link will affect all allies. So that is really, really decent. The costume bonus, he again gets those big boosts, 21% attack and defense, 38% on the health, and 5% mana. So it means that his total attack power is coming in at 928, which is huge as well. Now, in terms of the stats, look at that. 934 attack, very respectable, Mr. Musashi. 837 on the defense and 1733 on the health. Definitely making him more relevant and more in line with the game. And I didn't even notice that chain around him until now. I mean, I should have noticed that first, but it just looks dope, man. I love this card. Now, his special skill is called the Rod of the Rod of Freedom. Really? At fast speed, he is going to deal 320% damage to the target and minor damage to nearby enemies. All right. So he used to deal 332% damage to the target and minor to nearby. So it's very, much of a muchness. And in fact, he does have a higher attack stat now with his original costume. So that could be pretty damn hard hit. He is running at fast speed as well. Now, the caster used to heal 50% of dealt normal damage for 5 turns. He will now heal 75% of dealt normal damage for 5 turns. I mean, this hero could be pretty damn brutal, honestly. So he's going to smack you right away up front. And then he heals for 75% of dealt normal damage. So that is going to apply to any tile damage. Or if you're on your defensive team, it's going to apply to things like slash attacks. So if your slash attack is, say, I don't know, 200, he's going to heal for 150. In his old costume, he would have been healing for about, I don't know what that is, probably like 100. Sorry, my maths was failing me there for a second. So he is going to benefit from that healing percentage of the dealt normal damage, and he is potentially a bit of a selfish hero because he's just doing it for himself. But then if he was doing it for other allies, it would probably be a bit overpowered. So I'm interested in this hero now. And I think I could definitely find a use for him. I think he's going to be quite impactful as well on a defensive team. I think that he would be quite survivable, considering that he does benefit from that after effect. And he does cost a pretty decent hit. I mean, 320% with that attack stat is going to hurt. And then he deals the minor damage to nearby, which is half of that amount. So pretty good. And the element link gives all holy allies +15 attack and +15% defense for 6 turns, which is not nothing. It's definitely not nothing. And it does obviously work alongside his family bonus. So he's got basically, if you got 3 of these heroes, there's +15% mana generation for the whole team, which is the higher than the Halloween family bonus, which for some reason they had to nerf. So that's something to bear in mind. Plus you get that increase in the attack and defense on the element link for a whopping 6 turns. So yeah, it's a pretty good hero. I mean, neither of these heroes are going to completely change the world, but they're both pretty damn good heroes, and they're both fast speed heroes. And they're featured alongside Perseus, who is an excellent hero with his defense down against ice in his class. He's also of the 2017 family, so if you're super lucky and you manage to pull both of these guys, go ahead, man. So yeah, I like some of the heroes in here. I must say there is a smattering of good heroes in amongst some absolutely terrible ones. But yeah, I think that these new heroes that we've got are quite interesting, and I'd like to have any of them, to be fair. I think you'd be doing well if you managed to pull any of these guys. You do have a pretty good chance of pulling a legendary hero from this portal, so you've got a 1% chance of pulling a legendary featured hero. You've got 0.9% of one of the others, and you've got 0.1% of pulling a secret hero. I think you've got Enigmo and Mysterio in there. Not sure which one's which now, but you've got about a 2% chance to pull a legendary hero from this portal, so the odds are not too bad. If you factor in the classic hero as well, it's another 0.6%. So I wish you guys all of the best of luck in your summons. Please do drop us a like, subscribe if you find the videos useful, and I'll look forward to seeing you all again next time. Bye for now, guys.